Hey guys, how's it going? Today is going to be a video where it's going to be catered towards newer players actually, and it's going to be based around farming and how to get resources as a newer player. So before I get into anything else, if you like what you're about to see, or if you have seen my content before, if you want to support me, please use my supporter creator code in the item shop, code stockings. It'll be in the description, as well as it's the same as my channel name as well, code stockings. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out for Halloween and for dimers and all that stuff. So if you wanna use my code when you buy that stuff, it really means the world to me. It really means a lot, like genuinely. And if you want to join my Discord server too, there will be an invite link in the description as well that you can click on to join my Discord server to talk to me personally or to talk with a bunch of other people that are already in there. So yeah. Anyways, the video. So something that hit me recently is that a good portion of my audience is actually newer players, and that kind of shocked me for a bit because I kind of expected everyone to be already like same level as I am, or maybe even higher level than I am, and stuff like that. But this game still gets new players, and it's like it's crazy because even as neglectful as Epic has been to save the world, in the past couple years, it's just that like the game still gets attention and the game still gets players by just not by Epic themselves obviously, but like from just the community and stuff. It actually keeps growing and stuff, which is awesome. And uh, I get a lot of comments being like, "Oh yeah, I'm a newer player that's in Blankerton or I'm in Canning Valley," and it's like I can't really mimic the loadout. I can't really do the loadout that you want to. So are there any like substitutions that I can do and stuff like that? And then I have to give like an entire essay of like substitutes that they can do for their heroes and stuff. And that's what this video is. Well, it's just a part of the video actually. What I'll be doing, I'll be showcasing this completely base game hero loadout that is meant for farming and gathering resources. Because the issue is that this loadout is what I showcased before. This is my generic, try hard farming loadout where it's based around the anti-material charge that every Outlander has and just punches stuff over and over again, left and right. And yeah, it's super easy, super brain dead farming really. But the issue is that every hero here is an event hero. And I got a comment on my farming video where some guy was saying that they didn't have any of the heroes because they just started out a few weeks ago and they are in Blankerton and stuff like that. So they don't have these heroes, because Southie, Iza, Parasaur Jess, Archaeologist, and Eternal Wanderer were all available last season. But, now they gotta wait an entire year for them to come back next season and stuff. And Clip, what was available, is available in this season right now, or she was. She was available when the season first came out in her own quest line, but now the quest line's gone. It's been gone for the past like 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, unfortunate. So this loadout is kind of like a substitution, and it's based around Pathfinder Jess. And Pathfinder Jess, what she does, she increases pickaxe damage by 50%. This is really good because whereas in this loadout it was based around the anti-material charge and just breaking stuff instantly, in this loadout we can still break stuff instantly with anti-material charge, except that we can't consistently chain it over and over again because with the old loadout it's based around always having energy to always keep punching, right? This loadout we can't get energy to punch, it's just our basic energy that we got and that just naturally regens to actually punch. So yeah. But what we can do is have increased pickaxe damage, and the increased pickaxe damage actually is really nice because it just allows you to pretty much either 2 or 3 hit most things in the game that are harvestable and that give resources. So yeah, she's really awesome. And if please correct me if I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure she is like the basic Outlander that the game just gives you for just playing the game and stuff. So yeah, you should have her, and if you don't have her, then you can find her in mission alerts and in the collection book and stuff like that. And for a team perk, we got Long Arm of the Law. The Long Arm of the Law just increases your anti-material charge range by 1 tile. It can feel kind of clunky sometimes, but it's actually pretty good. Just to punch more stuff in one go. And to actually activate the team perks for that it actually works in game, we need 2 Outlanders in our support slot, or in our support team here. We got 3 of them, right? But you at least want 2 of them. But one of them that I do recommend a lot is this chick here, Recon Scout Eagle Eye, with phase forward here as a perk. Phase shift increases movement speed by 60% for 3 seconds. This is pretty good for getting around the map, especially combined with the tactical sprinting. It's just a nice mobility option, especially if you're farming you want to farm and then phase shift and farm something else and just farm phase shift, all that stuff. So yeah, that's really nice. And here we got Trailblazer Quinn. She's really awesome because she increases your Teddy damage. And Teddy is an ability that Jess has up here. Teddy right here. It summons a robot bear that shoots guns and stuff. And it auto targets on the husk and stuff. Which I'm sure you know what Teddy does already, or just have like an idea of what he does if you're in like Plagerton or Canning or stuff like that. So yeah, Teddy is nice, and Quinn just buffs the damage of Teddy. Just nice to have. Really good for clearing encampments, which I'll get into later, and storm chests. I'll get into all that stuff later. And then here, in Enforcer Grizzly, he's also a Teddy hero. He increases the duration of Teddy by 4 seconds. Teddy normally lasts 15 seconds, right? 15 right there. But with Grizzly, Teddy can last an additional 4 seconds. That extra 4 seconds of time can be pretty nice. And then for the last two heroes here, we got Fleetfoot Ken. Fleetfoot Ken just increases your speed by 12.5%. Just a flat movement speed increase, nothing crazy, no strings attached, just flat speed increase. Really awesome hero if you're just starting out. And last but not least, we got Survivalist Jonesy. Survivalist Jonesy just gives you a healing over time for getting kills, because while you're farming, you're probably going to find some husks that are going to be annoying you and stuff, and might damage you, and then Survivalist here can keep you alive in those engagements, especially when you are doing encampments and you are doing storm chests, which I'll talk about later, like how I said before, so keep that in mind. And for the gadgets here, we got Adrenaline Rush and Supply Drop. You can also use the hover turret here. This is also really good for clearing encampments and storm chests. However, the supply drop I actually figure it would be better for newer players, because it's just a nice little goodie bag is what I like to call it. It's a nice goodie bag. It gives you wood, stone, metal, crafting items, traps, ammo. Now this is actually a different section that I'm gonna get into. If you go to the command and go to upgrades, here we have the gadgets and tools. Now, I am a endgame player, right? So of course, all my tools and all my gadgets are gonna be maxed out. They're gonna be different, and my gadgets here do give different effects than what they would be if they were like level 1, level 2, level 3. So keep that in mind. So you probably aren't gonna be getting 85 wood, 85 stone, 85 metal, and all this extra stuff when you just get the gadget, right? It's probably gonna be a really watered down version of it. So keep that in mind, but regardless, it's still a nice little goodie bag that the game gives you, and I highly recommend picking it up if you want to get some free resources throughout the match. So yeah, that's really nice. And yeah, that's Loadout, guys. And one more thing that I want to get into before I go into a mission is talk about the class perks that an Outlander has. So one of the class perks that I mentioned before already was anti-material charge. This just makes it so that whenever you use your heavy attack with your pickaxe equipped, you're going to punch in a line, depending where you look, and it's going to destroy everything in front of you, and you're going to harvest all the resources that you would have gotten if you just manually hit it with your pickaxe. So really convenient, right? And here we got In the Zone as well. In the Zone, after 5 hits with the pickaxe, it doesn't have to be on the same target. It can be 5 hits just in general. Like it can be 3 hits on one target and then 2 hits on a different target, and you'll activate In the Zone. And this increases your pickaxe damage even more, and it gives you a bit of a speed bonus too. So yeah, we're gonna get the speed bonus from Ken and the passive here, and we're gonna get pickaxe damage from Jess right here in front of us, and from the passive as well from this thing. And when this thing is activated too, you can see containers glow nearby. This is really important because you can actually see like green, blue, or purple like glimmers, right? And that usually means that it is a searchable container or it's a treasure chest. And those are really good to search because they can give stuff like, just ingredients, materials, sometimes even guns to recycle, some ore, a bunch of good stuff. You definitely don't want to miss out on those things. And the Loot Llama is another thing here that is honestly, guys, really overrated. I don't really recommend farming Loot Llamas. So there's going to be charge fragments that spawn on the map. I'm sure you guys have seen them already if you have been playing the game for a bit. They come in blue and purple. The blue ones Outlanders pick up, and then it gives them a charge fragment to charge up their Teddy, right? And the purple ones also give that. It's the same exact thing to charge up the Teddy or Shock Tower that they got. But on the purple ones, a Loot Llama spawns, and the Loot Llama has like a crap ton of HP, like an absolute insane amount of HP, and then it just relies on you, the player, or other people with you, to pickaxe the Loot Llama, and then when you keep pickaxing it, and then eventually it's gonna pop, and then it's gonna spawn like a bunch of materials like wood, brick, and metal, and then it's gonna drop out like a couple crafting ingredients, like maybe like some twine, some powder, some mechanical parts, and like 1 ore. right? Like one ore. So I really don't think the loot llamas are worth it from my experience, right? I even remember back in the day when I was doing loot llamas being like, damn, this thing sucks, and it was kind of just like a giant waste of time, if you ask me. You're definitely better off start searching the map for other things besides loot llamas to actually get resources efficiently. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Alright, well, now with all that squared away, I now want to talk about areas to farm in. So, the best missions to farm in my opinion, are missions that don't really require you to, uh, that aren't really time based, right? And or have like a long time before you actually gotta go. So, for example, retrieve the data, in my opinion, is one of the worst missions to actually farm in because when you load in, then you gotta find the data site, and then the time ticks down. It keeps ticking down, and then as the time ticks down, the storm's gonna be closing in on you. So then you're gonna be farming, and then the storm's gonna close in on you, and then you're gonna be sad because then you have to leave the mission early than you wanted it to. So yeah, um, fight the storm, ride the lightning, and stuff like repair the shelter as well. If I can find one, I can't. Oh yeah, I can't find a repair the shelter on this map actually. Oh, right here, repair the shelter. So yeah, so like ride the lightning, repair the shelter, fight the storm missions. Those are really good because they're defense missions that don't actually require you to immediately start it. You can take your sweet time with whenever you want to start it. But of course, if you're farming, then you're probably looking to not start it. So yep, that's why. And encampments are actually also pretty good for farming because the encampments themselves give pretty good rewards. But they are a bit harder to tackle on at these power levels consistently. So keep that in mind. But if you got like a squad rolling and if you guys can do it, and if you guys want to run a couple encampment missions, then go ahead and do it. I really recommend it. Or stuff like build the radar grid. Build the radar grid is like a really boring mission. I'm not gonna lie, it's a really boring mission because all you do is build like 3 towers, 3 grids, right? And then it's 20 minutes of you just sitting there doing stuff, right? So in those 20 minutes, you can actually farm a lot of resources, believe it or not. So yeah, it's I actually do recommend using the build the radar grid to farm if you need some supplies. So yeah, for the purpose of this mission, actually, I will be going to this ride the lightning actually because I do want to showcase it in a forest zone. I feel like it's pretty generic, pretty standard for what we can expect to find in a biome like this, right? Very congested, a lot of trees, a lot of rocks, and pretty good amount of stuff that just spawn here as well. So yeah, I'm gonna hop into the mission. Oh, and one thing as well, when you're just raw farming, I highly recommend putting the team fill here on no fill because you don't want to go into a mission, right, with your farming loadout and you know you don't want to go into a mission with your farming loadout because it's not optimized for combat, right? So like you're gonna load into the mission, right? And if no one's there, that's fine. But then people that do play with others are gonna have a chance to go into your mission, and then you're really not gonna be that much of a help because you're not gonna be having a loadout where it's actually optimized for damage. It's more optimized for farming, not actually killing the husker or whatever or defending the objective. Just selfish farming. So I highly recommend putting on no fill when you are farming. It's just good manners, just be a nice player, and yeah. So I'll hop in here and I'll be back when I'm ready. Alright, so I'm in the mission, and yeah, so when you load in, pretty much you're going to start by just punching like that, and we go pretty far because you got long arm of the law, and then once you use all your energy, then you're just going to keep whacking away your stuff like this, just keep trucking along, and we're so fast because we got Ken and the in the zone activated as well, so yeah, it's actually pretty fluid how fast we're farming. And then once your energy refills up to like 90 or so, then that means you can have 2 punches. So yeah, just do those 2 punches and then keep whacking away. Also, really simple, really chill, really consistent. Just like that. We're pretty much 3-tapping most of these things if we can hit the weak points right there. And yeah, so this is just like how it is if you're just going for like raw resources. But I actually do want to talk about other things that you can do besides just hitting stuff with your pickaxe. Or by punching them, right? So yes, let's just farm a little bit more so I can get the point across. But yeah, stuff like this, stuff like these shrubs, they do are searchable, and when you search them, you can get stuff like herbs. The fibrous herbs they're really important. They're used to make a lot of good traps, like the gas trap, for example. and they're also used to make healing pads, which are used for healing. So this shard right here, you can also search it right there. More herbs, and if I search this one right here, I got more herbs. So yeah, the herbs are really important, guys. The gas traps are a really good trap. I love using them. Not as good as once they once were, but they still are pretty good, and they're one of my favorites to use and play with. But they're also used to make healing pads. I'll show you guys right here, healing pads. Right here, healing pads, believe it or not, heal you. So yeah, keep that in mind. They can also give you a chance of getting you flower petals. The flower petals also used to make healing pads and campfires. So yeah, keep that in mind. And yeah, so basically, the rundown is that trees, right, give you planks. Right, right there. They give you planks. They give you twine, like that as well, or they can give you adhesive resin. And the resin is not really important right now, but it'll be important later. Because it's used to make explosive weapons, and explosive weapons are really, really good in the end game because they just do a lot of damage. Stuff like the pot shot, the Storm King's Wrath, weapons that you guys will get accustomed to later on as you progress through the game are going to be really strong, and to make them you need resin and blast powder. But anyways, I'm getting too ahead of myself, so let's dump things down a little bit and talk about activities. Now this is actually one activity right here. This is right here, it's called a Shadow Orb. And the Shadow Orb is really important because what it does, it spawns and misspawns from when you get too close, right? So this is a taker, by the way, if you don't know what it is. It's a little ghost, big ghost guy. You just shoot it once, or well, I mean, I shot it once because I have a fucking 130 gun. But yeah, you just, kill it, right? And then all the other hosts that come with it despawn. And then it drops a little present here, and then you just collect it. And then you get a nice little goodie bag right there. Copper, wall spikes, healing pads, and like those traps that you get, you can just recycle them. I did take this earlier before just to practice, so yeah, but yeah, I got a healing pad there and some wall spikes, so you can just recycle them right here. Look at that, bacon, duct tape, herbs, petals, planks, and then you can use these resources that you get from these traps and these guns that you get from the goodies, right? And then use them to make your own guns. So like this silver, I can use to make my own silver guns and stuff, right? So yeah, and this actually is a perfect segue to talk about caves. Now caves, of course, are going to have resources, as you can see here. Quartz. This is really important, guys. Quartz is one of the most valuable resources in the whole game, because quartz is not only used to make some of the best traps, such as the freeze trap, such as the sound wall, such as the tar pit, but they're also used to make weapons, because a lot of weapons, pretty much almost every weapon that you're going to be crafting in the end game is going to be made of Shadow Shard or Sunbeam. Shadow Shard is just the 4-star version. Sunbeam is the 5-star version. So yeah, so you see here, my onslaught here requires quartz to be crafted. My black drum here, oh, that's a bad example. My bundle buzz here, kill that guy. My bundle buzz here requires quartz. My hemlock here requires quartz. My hacksaw requires quartz. Most Sunbeam weapons are going to be requiring quartz to make. So keep that in mind. Yeah, like my gravedigger here, my scourge, they require quartz to make. So not only is quartz important to make the traps that are gonna be amazing, but they're also important to get guns. But yeah, caves can have a lot of quartz, but they can also carry coal. I don't know if this cave will have coal. Oh yeah, right here, coal as well. Coal is also the next important thing that I want to talk about, because coal is used to make blast powder. As you can see here, right, if you go to the crafting tab here, and you go right here, see right there, blast powder 5. And the blast powder is important because it makes rockets. See here, rockets, blast powder, nuts and bolts, and adhesive resin. The blast powder is used to make the rockets, and the coal is used to make the blast powder, enough said, just like that. So make sure that you guys stock up on a lot of coal whenever you see it, because you are going to be needing a lot of this in the end game. It's actually a bit difficult to keep a consistent inventory of coal going, because it's not that easy thing to find, if I'm being honest. But if you just go out and into caves or do other things that I'm about to explain to you in a minute, then yeah, feel free to, then you should have enough coal to last you for quite a bit. And right here is a glowing animal. So you can kill it. So the glowing animal, that was a perfect segue as well. So the glowing animals, when you kill them, right, they if you see an animal that's glowing like purple or yellow, then kill it. It's gonna drop you coal, nuts and bolts, and a gun that you can recycle. Now it can also give you resin, it can give you batteries, it can give you rough ore, it can give you planks, just pretty much like these like basic crafting ingredients, like herbs, petals, batteries, and stuff like that. It has a chance to drop you one of them and stuff, or a couple of them, and the coal as well, or even duct tape. And yeah, so you just pick it all up right there. You got the coal and nuts and bolts. And then, like I said before, the Death Stalker that I got here, you can recycle them. Blast powder, gizmos, silver, mechanical parts that you can make for your own guns or your own traps. And then also the supply drop here as well. I'll use it right here. Call it down, search it. And yeah, and a nice little goodie bag right here as well that you can just use to search a whole bunch of, collect a whole bunch of stuff. You got mechanical parts there, a bunch of actual materials to build stuff with, and powder and twine, and some ammo as well. Or at least, this is because my supply drop is maxed out, so yours might be different. So keep that in mind. Alright, so here's an encampment, and the encampments, they give rewards right there, right? So see, this one gives wood, but this doesn't just mean that it gives wood as in like the building material. It gives wood as in like twine, planks, and even resin. So yeah, this is what Teddy's good for. Teddy can be used just to be placed down here and help you kill the husk here and stuff. So yeah, that's nice. And then when you clear it, you're gonna get the present, collect it, and you see right there, I got wood, planks, and twine, and that's really good. To make traps and weapons. So yeah, keep that in mind. And wow, I'm getting really lucky with this recording actually. This is a storm chest, and the storm chest is really good because the storm chest gives some of the best loot in the game. They pretty much give like a whole bunch of weapons and ingredients to make stuff with. So yeah, let's just open it. You're gonna go up to it and open it. It is recommended that you do get a group to do this with. So keep that in mind. And ideally, you also do want to get Teddy, right? So yeah, what's gonna happen? It's gonna be a timer, right? And you gotta kill 25 of these guys within a minute, right? And that's gonna be phase 1. So let's just kill 25 of these, right? And then after 25 are dead, right? What's gonna happen is that it's gonna be phase 2, and you gotta kill 25 more of them, right? And once you complete phase 2, then yeah, I'll put Teddy in as well, just to show you guys how you should be doing it by using Teddy with you. And then when phase 2 happens, yeah, that's gonna end, and then the mist monsters are gonna show up, and my Teddy is broken, guys. I'm sorry that Teddy did that, but yeah, kill the mist monsters. It's gonna be 2 of them. It's gonna be a combination of a taker and a blaster, or maybe both of, or maybe 2 of one of them. So keep that in mind. But yeah, then if you manage to do all that with no issues, then you're gonna get 2 presents, and the presents are just nice goodie bags. You see right there, a bunch of stuff: quartz, power cells, coal, weapons to recycle, duct tape as well, a bunch of ingredients, really good stuff that you should be always having on you and stuff. So yeah, that's really good. The storm chests, definitely do them as well. Like I said before, it is recommended that you get like a nice group to do this with you, or at least one other person. But if you're by yourself, right, then you should be able to do it. At least do the first stage, right? So yeah. If you fail it, don't get too discouraged. There are plenty of other easier ways to farm, which I'll get into right now. So here is a radar grid, or a radar tower, and the radar tower is really nice because they just give a bunch of stuff. So I got a bunch of bozos that are bothering me. Let me just kill them. So yeah, the radar tower is there. You look at it. The reward is a treasure chest. This is just what it is. It's a treasure chest, right? So it's gonna give you like a whole bunch of just like random stuff. So yeah, let's just build it. So on the left side of your screen right there, it's gonna say what type of radar it is and what material needs to be built. So this one needs to be built out of brick, so I'll build out of brick, and then just follow the blueprint right here. So here it needs a window wall, so I'll edit it like that, and then build an arch over here because that's what the piece requires. This is just a regular wall, so we'll do that. Edited floor like that. Oh, there's an edited wall piece right here as well, and edited ramp like that. Yeah, so just follow the schematic of what the radar grid is telling you to do, and just keep building as you keep going up. I'm sorry guys, my throat is killing me. I really gotta get some water, but I am okay, so do not worry. But yeah, just keep building it. It might seem a little tedious at first, but I promise you it's worth it, and you'll get better at it once you do it along. I'm doing it really slow right now because I normally speedrun these things really fast because of experience, right? But I'm doing it really slow just to showcase you guys that might be newer and stuff. So yeah, we just edit that piece and then activate it. And then once you activate it, just jump off. Make sure that you don't off yourself in game. And then yeah, it's gonna get a present. You collect it, and you'll like a bunch of goodies just like that. Mechanical parts, guns to recycle, some actual resources as well. So yeah, really useful and really fun way to actually get resources is the radar grid. But yeah, the next thing that I want to get into is the anomalies. The anomalies are really underrated, right? As you hear, the anomalies right there reward metal, and basically what that means that it's going to give me, actual metal, but it's also going to give me nuts and bolts and mechanical parts. So I'll just use Teddy to kill these husks right here, and You can pickaxe it, right? But you can also just punch it like this, and it'll activate. So, yeah. So basically, you're just gonna harvest the shards, like so. Oh, I gotta re-edit my rant from the radar grid, and yeah, do that. And yeah, just build up to them, right? Just it's fine to use a couple resources, especially if it's wood. It's like, totally fine. So yeah, we just get the shards, and we collect them, and then blue glow is gonna pop out for blue glow. So it's actually really good to look for an anomaly when you're in the lightning. So if you actually want to do the mission, you can just do an anomaly and get all the blue glow that you need to actually start the mission. But yeah, but here's what we're here for: is a reward. You collect the reward. See right there, mechanical parts, nuts and bolts, and metal. I'm capped out on metal, but yeah, the metal that I would have gotten would have dropped here. A nice couple builds worth of metal. So yeah, that's why anomalies are good. Oh, and glowing animal. Make sure to always kill the animals, as you see right there. Coal, batteries, and a weapon that I can recycle and stuff. So yeah. Oh, and this is also really important, is survivors. When you rescue survivors, you see right here, if, this one was the one that I was able just to talk to, right? So she gave me a present, and when you collect the present, it's going to give you some stuff. So that one was a rough ore, and depending on how difficult the survivor was to save, the reward's going to vary. So this one was just one that I just walked up to, and I saw her there, and I talked to her, so she gave me 10 rough ore. That isn't anything, right? It's not anything worth, like, that's not anything crazy. But there is, for example, this thing right here, the antenna, right here, where if I actually build a couple, if I build a bit, then I can actually save a survivor. So yeah, so you're gonna collect the antenna there, right? And then what I like doing, I like building up like this with ramps like that, and then editing a ramp like this, and then just the same thing, same pattern over and over again, 4 times, right? And then I put a ramp here, and then jump, put a floor, place the antenna, and then come back down here, and this should, yeah, just rescue the survivor, and then he's gonna have a goodie here, nice little present. And yeah, this one gave me crafting ingredients such as planks and nuts and bolts. Pretty good. I have had survivors give me like mineral powder, twine, mechanical parts, coal, batteries, a bunch of good stuff that you definitely want even as like an endgame player. Yeah, dude, they're just gonna drop that stuff. And once again, perfect segue, the disc launcher. This is also a really underrated way of getting resources. I keep getting harassed, by the way, so this is kind of annoying me. So we're just gonna put Teddy there as our bodyguard. And yeah, make sure to always also use your supply drop too, as well. So yeah, here's the disc launcher. So make sure that they have a gun with like pretty good aim, right? Or or like use a shotgun, I guess, if you have bad aim, because it shoots in like a spread. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna activate it, right? And then you see there 10-0. So yeah, you basically you just want to shoot the disc as they come out of the launcher. And once we hit 10 discs, then we're gonna get a present, and then it's gonna ask us to go to 20. And then if we hit 10 more of them, then it's gonna give us another present. So yeah, like so. And then after 6 single ones, then it's gonna throw you a couple of the dual ones. And then after a couple dual ones, it should be shooting ones that shoot in 3. It also is time, so yeah, keep that in mind. I am getting harassed here, so I have to take care of these guys. But my gun's broken for this power level, so they just kind of die. So yeah, we're just gonna keep shooting them. Pretty bit of a weird angle, but yeah, we got it there. And yeah, once it reaches 20, it finishes, and then you collect your rewards, just like that. It's kind of like the storm chest, but like a bit more of like a. It's like a watered down storm chest, really, and all it takes just a couple shots from your gun to get all those amazing rewards. So yeah. Over here, this is pretty common that you'll be seeing is a survivor shelter. So basically, you're just gonna walk into it, right? And then once you walk into it, there should be a magnifying glass that appears on your map, like so. See right there. And if you go to your map here, you'll see the magnifying glass in the area, and that just means that that's like the area where the survivor actually is gonna be. And these survivors tend to give a bit more better resources right here. So you have this guy right here. In higher level zones, most of the time, they're gonna be you're gonna walk up to them, and then some husks are gonna spawn, and then you gotta kill the husk, and then if you kill the husk before they kill the survivor, then you get rewards. So yeah, here was just simple, find the shelter, talk to them, and then we collect the reward. This guy gave us traps, and traps are just really nice to recycle. Yeah, my inventory is actually full, so I just recycle all these traps that I've been getting from doing this session. yeah, we just recycle the traps and we get all these amazing like look at that, planks, quartz, ore, mineral powder, mechanical parts, twine, batteries, bunch of good stuff, guys. It's actually pretty fun to farm in this game, believe it or not. So yeah. Uh, yeah. So yeah, just keep an eye out for the survivors and all that stuff and all the other stuff I've been talking about. So yeah. All right, and one more thing as well is I have this chest on my radar actually because of that one radar grid that we built. It was actually a chest radar, and chest radars actually show chests on the mini map, right? So I was able to find this one as well. But one thing I want to showcase as well is our in the zone perk working. So let me get it activated. Yeah, there we go. There, and I see right there. You see how it's glowing purple right there. That means like I can see the chest through here. But then if I back up, then I'm not gonna see it anymore. So let me try to get like, yeah. Let me just go up here, right? So you see how it's not glowing anymore because I'm out of the range. But then once I start going into range of it, it's gonna start glowing purple. Yes, you see right there, it starts glowing, and then when you get closer to it, then obviously it's gonna be a bit more bright and stuff. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're doing that. So yeah, we can search it. And yeah, look, a bunch more goodies: quartz, gizmos, explosive ammo. Hell yeah. But yeah, guys, that was about it. One last thing that I want to talk about too is mimics. I wasn't able to find a mimic in that precise mission, but mimics are they look like blue chests, right? They look like blue chests, and they make a bit of an awkward sound or a different noise when you actually come close to it. And then when you actually try and search it, then it's gonna wiggle around and stuff. And then once you finish searching it, then it's gonna come out and attack you. If you kill the mimic, it's the same thing. It's like a nice little goodie bag of stuff that you get for killing the mimic, and it's pretty nice actually. I like killing them in adventures and stuff like that to get resources there and stuff. But yeah, that's really about it, guys. If I missed anything, then feel free to include it in the comment for any higher level players who might be watching this and I want to shed some light or some tips. Feel free to cause some discussion in the comments. And yeah, if you like what you guys saw, and if you're a new player, then please use my code in the item shop, code STAR, because it really means a lot. Yeah, it's like the best way that you guys can support me at the moment, and it really means a lot. Make sure that you also, if you have been supporting me, then also make sure to re-enter my code in the shop as well, because I believe after every 2 weeks it deletes the code. So just make sure that you keep reapplying it and stuff. So yeah, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to my channel, and that's it for me, guys. I really hope this helped you guys. I really hope this video can help out newer players and stuff. And yeah. Take care of yourselves and bye-bye.